Welcome everyone to another Connect Wed Meets Monday. I guess we've all guessed by now that today's guest is finally, the lovely Maryam. Welcome.
Hello.
How you doing?
Very fine.
Good, good. So Maryam, I think everyone knows this on this call, and probably people who watch the playback. She's one of our OGs at Connect Wed. So you've been here since more or less the beginning.
Almost.
More or
I
less.
think Clémence was there before me. Maybe Christine. I don't remember.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It was, I think Maryam, I think you were the first person to join beyond the initial round of people that I
Um,
invited that I knew directly. So you
yeah.
were first and then Prit. So
Clémence invited me, and
Mhm.
I found the concept just very great. I'm so sorry I've not been much
Uh,
present during the wedding season.
I think we say in
Okay.
almost every session, like someone apologizes, but we're always like, we don't do sorries in Connect Wed. Like everyone's got
Okay.
their own things going on, so no guilt, zero guilt, honestly.
Great.
So Mariam is actually part of a husband-wife duo. So also her husband Thomas or Thomas probably Thomas
Thomas,
Thomas
actually,
ah
without S. Yeah.
almost
French style.
Thomas, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm way too influenced by the Germans.
of course.
Is doing the filmmaking and you're doing the photography. Um,
Mm.
as part of Heritage Story. And obviously, you're based in Lyon, France. And maybe you can tell us a bit about where the name Heritage Story comes from, actually, because I thought that was pretty cool.
Hmm. Well, we've had another name before this one that was like more French name, like it was instant shooting, but we didn't like at all the shooting part. So we changed, and when we searched for a name, we wanted the story to be in our name because it's such a huge part of what we do. Thomas films are like storytelling. We'll really aim to tell the story of our couples. So we ask them questions like about their struggles, about what was hard in their relationship, and how they get past that, what made them stronger. So that's really their story and not just their wedding. It's like how they came to wanted to marry each other, and so we wanted the story to be part of this. And then afterwards, the heritage part is because I have, I love familial heritage, and I have a grandmother. Uh, I don't know how to say this. Help me, Prit. Before my grandmother, a
Great
grandmother, mother. How do you say
grandmother
it?
or
Great
great
grandmother, yeah.
grandmother? Yeah.
Who began by burying her husband before marrying him because that was during the war, and so he was declared dead on the battlefield, but he wasn't, and she doesn't knew that, so all the family went to a funeral for him, and afterwards, they learned that he was just a prisoner in Germany, where you are, Prit. And so he came back to France, and they got married after the funeral. So that's such a story, and that's one I learned only 3 years ago. And I'm like, stories like this should be told. Like it's part of our heritage of who we are. And so heritage story is both the filmmaking part and the huge heritage part of all the photos and videos we make, and all the memories we make that stay in the line, in the heritage of our brides and grooms.
Whoa,
I don't know if I told you all that, Prit. Here it is.
no, I definitely would have remembered that story about your great grandma. That's like worthy of a book.
Yeah,
That-
or a film.
or a film. Yeah, an
Maybe their
actual
wedding
film.
film.
Yeah, I've never heard ever anything like that before. That's incredible.
Mm.
Um, and actually, I've never heard anything about including such a deep level of storytelling with the couple overcoming a challenge in their relationship to make
Yeah,
it stronger. Like this is all the stuff as a celebrant, because I'm so focused on storytelling as well in how I do my role,
of course.
that I get super excited about it. So to hear that you delve into that with the videos and the photography is just, I love it.
And I would love to work with you, Prince, for
Yeah.
this reason.
Genuinely would love to work. I mean, I already felt that way, but then when I delved into how the two of you operate, and okay,
Mm,
getting ahead of myself, we'll get into that yeah,
yeah.
heritage story. Um, and you travel all over France, also
Yeah,
beyond, right? You've done weddings in Santorini, Greece, Lisbon, Portugal.
yeah, yeah. Like once a year max. We really like France. There are so many parts of France that are beautiful. There is French Riviera, the Provence, Paris, Normandy this year, and we've never been to Bordeaux, but we would like to go. There are so many different parts of France, so mostly France. And sometimes, if our couples want us outside, like Greece, Santorini was only a day after. So they did their wedding in France and then went to Santorini. And Lisbon, actually, in Portugal, was a style shoot only, but like a real couple wanted to get married and a wedding planner found them. And so it was kind of an elopement, but they didn't really get married. So that was a style shoot.
Okay, cool. I mean, hey, it all counts. It's all
Yeah,
you getting out there, doing your thing, making those contacts, and yeah,
yeah.
yeah, amazing. And there's also a little story about Japan, I think. Not necessarily doing a wedding, but that's kind of where things started out for you. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. We traveled in Japan just before COVID and just had a wonderful time there. And it was so particular that we made photos everywhere. And it was then that we realized how much photos meant for us. Because when we came back and couldn't go back to Japan because of COVID, we wanted to bring Thomas' mother with us and couldn't. Um, we realized that how much memories and photos are just so truly important. And even now, I've been to a birthday in my family this Saturday, and we talked about a memory that is when I was a child. And we only remember this memory because of a picture. We have the memory because of the picture. So that's that's just why photos meant so much for us and why we began we began by being two photographers actually. And then Thomas had a training with a videographer doing storytelling, loved his approach so much that he made he made this approach his own too.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
wow. I love that story. It's funny, isn't it, how these things begin? You don't realize the impact they're gonna have until it happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you started telling us a little bit about your path to becoming wedding photographer and filmmaker. Um, but what else? What was it particularly about, picking up a camera, taking photos that really grabbed you and made you think, I wanna do this, like ideally, like all
Uh,
that's all I want to do.
I was thinking of two things. First, I love love stories. I love them so much. I'm a huge fan of Jane Austen, just as Christine. My dog is not named Darcy, but um, so I really love love stories. And when we began, I told Thomas, like, we are going to do weddings. If we do anything, it's weddings because I love love stories so much. But the real reason I love doing my job every day is because of connection. I can have the a really bad mood. I can be really tired. I go on on a shoot or on a wedding, and when I finish it, I just have a huge smile on my face. And when I work on the photos, I'm just so happy and almost tearful to see all the emotions. And yeah, it's just the connection with my clients and with the wedding planners, the other vendors is just so strong. It makes me happy.
I can feel that.
Mm.
I love that. And by the way, her dog's name is Nasco.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, and what I didn't mention, what makes you even more special, at least to me, Maryam, is that you are the only person on all of Connect who I've met in person.
I
Um,
know.
it was the Nasco thing that reminded me because we've actually, oh well, you joined us to walk our dogs.
Yeah, yeah, my dog is not really in love with other dogs.
Yes.
He was adopted late, so it's difficult. Otherwise, I would have named him Darcy, obviously. Or maybe Fitzwilliam.
Um, okay, let's switch gears a little bit, coming to the present day and talking about your unique style. Um, I know for sure because I've checked you out online that you've put a lot of work, both of you, you and Thomas, into really clearly, meticulously defining what your style is and isn't in a really strong, powerful, educational way. Uh,
Do you feel this? I don't.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 no, it really had an impact on me because I actually haven't come across that level of clarity and detail before, and I was really impressed. So I would love if you could share it with all of us to just help describe and distinguish your
Hmm.
style in both photography and in filmmaking. What makes it
Yeah.
you?
Well, in filmmaking, I think I've described it already. It's like storytelling, really driven wedding films. And we don't want only one music. We want several music for the dynamism of the wedding film. We really want this dynamism and emotions to go through our wedding films. And for photos, I'm kind of fine art, I guess. I love the fine art style. My style is very light, and I love to have clean compositions and to have a clean background and for everyone to be really in a beautiful light, to highlight every emotion, but in the great light and with a beautiful background. That's my part of seeing the photos, but really what I'm telling the clients and what I want to unfold, like during the couple session or group session, I just want to see the connection between two people. I don't want photos that are too staged. I really want like something happening on every photo, like a laugh, a look, something really showing how much they love each other, how much they love their guests. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really shows. It really does come across in the pictures, and I love how you distinguish and educate between the differences of, doing heavily posed
Yeah,
pictures versus the candid ones, and how your style is actually somewhere in between. Like
yeah,
it's neither of the extremes, but you combine it.
yeah. Yeah, it's both reportage, like candid photos, and both really like I don't know how to say it, like curated, like really clean shots, um, really to highlight the day in the best possible way.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And you even talk about these little details about distracting things in the background, like not
Yeah.
having clean backgrounds. And I just thought it was very for someone who's not so into photography, like I'm no expert. I found it really educational, and I can imagine how helpful that is to couples as well
Mm.
who are coming across your
Yeah.
site. Yeah. And I loved all the stuff from Thomas as well about the way he does his filmmaking, because he also talks about it not being purely chronological, but he mixes up the timeline. He's not using
Yeah.
excessive effects, and obviously the storytelling piece. Uh,
Yeah.
like I haven't seen that before, where there's this kind of storytelling dialogue that runs continuously throughout the video.
Yeah, that's definitely not for all couples. We have couples loving this style, but telling us like, I don't feel like telling my story in the video, so please, can we do something else? And of course we can, and it's even easier for us, in fact. But we really love to have like their story as the in French, we say no, I don't even have it in French. It's like really what is guiding the video. If we have an emotional part in their story, then we will put like their own videos from before the wedding, from travels. We have a lot of brides and grooms that are great travelers. Um, so yeah, we really want their story to come in the video and like their wedding to be the end and new beginning of the chapter before their wedding. So
Yeah,
we tell the chapter before
that,
to arrive at the end.
that's what I thought was so cool. Again, I haven't seen that before. It's like the prequel.
Mm.
If
Yeah,
if the wedding days, the main film, it's what happened before, and the fact that you're taking like actual real footage from the couple's own personal videos and
mm.
feeding them into the storytelling, I think is so creative. Um, and how do you two work together as a team? I mean, obviously you're a married couple and you're a professional team. So could you talk us through like how does that generally work?
Mm, as a matter of fact, we're kind of changing now how we work together. So that's an interesting question. Until then, we worked always as a duo, either in two photographers or a photographer and a videographer. But now, Thomas has had health issues. And so I'm the main photographer. Heritage Story is now only me. And I have a privileged videographer I'm working with, which is Thomas. And we always have other videographers ready to come with me if there was any crisis. He
Mm.
has acute pancreatitis, so it's like now it's like 2 times a year, two crises at the hospital, and we can't tell when it's going to happen. So that's really hard for us. I wanted to talk about that, but I don't want to everyone to look so sad.
No, 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 it's okay. I mean,
But that's okay. Most of the time it's just perfectly okay. But we always have a second videographer ready to go to the wedding. So I'm really clean on all my planning timelines, important persons, what the couple wants. So I have all this ready to go if anything happens. So we changed a bit like recently.
Right, right. And yeah, thanks for opening up and sharing that with us. I mean, we do try to be as real and open as possible on these calls. So appreciate you sharing that. But always, there's no pressure ever. But again, I think that that speaks to how, yes, we're doing weddings, but we're living real life
Of course.
in time. Life doesn't stop in the background, and neither does those very real challenges. So, yeah, how you show up for your work as a photographer, videographer is impacted by all these things. So,
Hmm.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm happy to have such a huge community of photographers, videographers, and other vendors close to me and in Connect Wed too, because it makes me feel more relaxed about all this. And if there ever was a crisis during a wedding, I will feel like I already have someone planned, someone is available and knows everything. So it makes me feel more calm.
Well, maybe while we're talking about that, then, is there any other way that we as a community can support you, either with the challenge that you're working through at the moment, or just in general on your journey?
Mm, I think that I really like it when filmmakers are not like judging me for or judging Thomas. When I ask them like, "Are you available?" Because Thomas may do a crisis, he may not, but it's like so difficult. So we went all the way with an attorney to set a contract, telling all this to our clients to be really transparent with them, and really we book like 2 weeks before wedding another videographer to be there with us if there is a problem. Uh, so I really appreciate when everyone is understands, doesn't judge. And I always like likes, comments, and shares on my posts, obviously. But really, just the love of the community is so beautiful.
Uh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a judgment-free zone here in this community, really. Um, and at least speaking for myself, that the likes, the comments, the shares, uh, absolutely, that goes. I've
Yeah.
been following you for a while now. I really love your work, and and of course, if you want to talk about that, the slight pivot that you've made in your work in
Ah,
also photographing food as well.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, so maybe you could share a little bit about this, slightly new venture of yours.
I know I'm not the only one who experienced a slow season this year. And so I decided to open to another thing I love, which is food. And French food is just something, right? I don't drink any alcohol, but food is I love it. And so I opened another business towards restaurants, caterers, and boulangerie. So I'm photographing food too now, next to weddings. And it's like such a great compliment. I even photograph food better on weddings now. So that's great. I love it.
So good how those two things work together. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm constantly admiring your food photos as well.
Oh, thank you, Prit.
Exquisite and really creative the way you put things together.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's just like flat lace.
I don't
It's
know.
just the same. And I love flat lace. I love to take photos of details. So food it was just the rightful continuity of what I'm doing.
Yes, love it. Mariam, thank you so much for sharing your story, sharing all that you did with us. I would love now, as always, to open it up to the rest of the crowd if anyone has any questions, comments, love, encouragement, anything that they want to share with Maryam. Nathan.
Yeah, I have love. I've been following Maryam for a long time, and I love your work. And I think we've chatted a few times on Instagram and whatnot. But yeah, I've been following you. Love your work. Just shout out of love. That's it.
Thank you. I love your work too.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And can't wait to see you in France, Nathan.
Thank you. Yeah, I have I'll message you separately. I have an impromptu trip in October. It's only for one day, but maybe we can connect. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
I can't wait till we're all in Provence together.
It will
You
be
know,
great.
I'm thinking about that now. March time. Yeah, we need to make that happen.
All
I,
right. You know I'm going to talk, so I'll just get it. Oh, wait, Paula, do you want to go? Okay.
next, you're next.
I just, Maryam, every single weekend now, people are laughing at me because we finish these interviews and I just go, fuck, our members are so cool. Because like there's just so many like interesting stories, like your great grandparents and like you know, just getting to know these people who I've always liked, but like getting to know like on a deeper level, like your heritage and, you know, the things that you've been through and all that. And yeah, I just wanted to say like, one, I really love your, I didn't realize, I mean, I've watched some of your videos, but I didn't realize how much of their like story before the wedding you brought in. Like I always try to get details of a couple's story into their wedding design. But like, I didn't realize that you actually had them talk about like things leading up to the wedding and like a personal pet peeve of mine. And I'm sorry if anyone did this at their wedding, but a personal pet peeve of mine is when a couple will have like a sign that's like, this is where forever begins, or happily ever after starts now, or whatever. And I'm like, no, this isn't where it started. Like, this is like the culmination and then a new chapter, but it didn't start here. Do you know what I mean? So I really love that you bring that in there. And then the other thing I just want to say is like, I know the reason you arrived there is, you know, kind of a hard and difficult one. I actually, both me and Ollie have like chronic illnesses that we deal with. So not as severe as Thomas, but we both have like days when we just can't function. And that obviously so far, I'm knocking on wood here, so far that has not happened to me on a wedding day, but it always could. But the fact that you have all of that like written down and that level of detail, I think is so conscientious and shows how well you serve your clients, because it's wild to me how many wedding suppliers and even planners exist from a space of just like keeping it all in their heads. And what happens, you know, like I always say, like, you know, if I'm hit by a bus tomorrow, like what happens if that's the way your business is run? So I think it's like a really great reminder to all of us that we've got to get all of that down on paper, organized, so that if something does happen, we can hand it off and somebody can pick it up and know exactly what's going on and keep going, because it can't, you know, the truth is it can't affect a couple's day. No matter what happens to us, it's not fair to affect their day. So I just really like, I want to shout out to you that you're that conscientious with your couples and keeping their day sacred no matter what's going on in your life. That's really like, it really shows who you are.
Thank you.
Paula? Paulita?
Hi, nice to meet you, Miriam. Thank you
Nice to
so
meet
much
you.
for sharing your beautiful story. I just want I didn't know you before. I love coming to this because I'm kind of new in the industry, so it's so nice to always meet new amazing people. So you were talking about how you approach the weddings. I went to your Instagram and I started following you, and I was like, oh, your work, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank
And
you.
the fact that you connect in such a deep, so many things. The connection with you have that you have with the couples and telling their story, lovely. It's just inspiring to hear that you make that effort, like to go more. I do that, but only for like the engagement session. I ask them like, but like very, very general questions. But the fact that you actually do it on the film, I think it's like another level. I love that. And then again, I just want to say thank you for sharing the health struggles, because I think that's something that all of us as um, business owners that are not like in an industry that we can sell 1,000 of anything, like it's us, it's our body, like if we have any struggle, what is it for us? So thank you for sharing that, and I really hope he gets better. I send you like a lot of strength, because it's not easy, but also I want to wish you a lot of luck and a lot of success in your other business as a food photographer, because I do love food and I do like to photograph food as well. And it's always keep coming and keep hustling. So wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much, Paula.
That's the big smile I wanted to see today, Maryam. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing all your love and support. Yeah, that's why I love these sessions as well. It just shows how strong this community is and is constantly growing and, yeah, evolving together. Yeah, Daniele.
Hey, Maryam. Thank you
Hey.
so much for sharing with us today. I have a question. I would like to know if you open your partner's condition to your clients, how it works. I also have a chronic disease. I don't share it to my clients. And it happened that I have crisis and I better myself to work. And then once it's done the job, I spend like 2 weeks not getting up from my bed. So, I would like to know how you do, if it's okay, if you feel okay talking with your clients, how they receive that, and
I'm sharing it with them during the first interview we have on a video call like this one. At the end, because obviously at the beginning it's like scary. And it's at the end when we show our brochure. There's frequently asked questions part, and it's written there that we provide another photographer or another filmmaker if any of us had a problem. So that's how we write it now, because that's what we do if we have something. And in the contract, it's written that he has an illness. It's an attorney that wrote this for us. It's written that he has an illness that can take him at any moment. And so we provide the couple another videographer if Thomas has a crisis. And most of the time we'll tell them that the reason why it's written in our frequently asked question part, we'll tell them really tell them, not just make them read, that the reason why we have such a secure process for if we have something is because Thomas has already had a crisis during a wedding in like 2024, 23. Yeah. So we tell them, most of the time we tell them, just we had a couple like booking us and signing the contract before meeting us this year. So it was written on the contract, on the brochure, and we told them just when we met them afterwards.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I find that right now, I don't know if people are talking more, they're feeling more free to talk about, this kind of a sensible topic, but I find that a lot of us are living with it's some shit, you know, some chronic disease for a long time, and we just don't talk about. And in the end, it's really nice what you do and what Thomas did too, because it's a way to guard both you and the client, you know. It's really nice. So thank you. Also love your job. You know that. I told you already that. But
Thank you, Fola. Yes. Yeah, it's just really important to tell them that if you feel scared with the word illness, you can also tell them that if anything was to happen, you have already a solution for them, and that you book the solution early. That can also be that sometimes we tell them that it's an illness. Sometimes they just know that we provide if anything was to happen with another filmmaker or photographer. It's like with the feeling with the couple. If you feel free to talk, it's always better. There is just one couple this year we didn't tell it was an illness. We just told them it was just a secure thing for in our contract. But if they read the contract, it's written that it's an illness.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the right thing to do. If any other of you have something to say on this topic, I would be glad to know. Yes.
I just want to say, from a legal standpoint, all of us should have in our contract that if, in case of any illness or, unexpected event or whatever, that we will do our utmost to provide a replacement of equal or whatever talent. But you also probably should have, it's maybe a little bit different for you, Maryem, because that's like a thing and you have to, it's part of your system, but you also legally need a little out there that, you will do everything in your power to find, an equal replacement, but that you cannot be held responsible for that person ultimately. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if anybody wants specifics on how that's worded, I can share bits of my contract or whatever, but yeah, just weighing in there as the logistical planner. Everybody should have that regardless of health or whatever. And Danielle, it sounds like you need a little network of stationers that can keep the things moving along if you have a crise, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know. So that's why I try to have clients that we work in a long period instead of 1-2 month thing.
Yeah.
Because I know that I have endometriosis and in 4 levels, mine is 3. So it's pretty, they say moderate, but it's a little more tough than that. And stress is something that really triggers and makes my situation way worse. So short jobs for me are the worst. I do, but I prefer 3 to 5 months. I know that if I get bad, I have time enough to, go on track, even if it's working a little slow, I can do. But yeah, it's complicated a little. Yes.
Oh, thanks for sharing all this stuff, everyone. It's not only just educational and good to know that we're not alone, that there are others out there who also have medical, even chronic conditions, but and then also learning the educational bits about the legalities of our contracts. But I think it's also super key in building trust, isn't it, with our couples, with our clients? Because when you can be that open and honest and super clear about what they're up against, I would feel, wow, I really trust this person or these people because they're telling me how it is, everything. So really good.
It also, Maryem, the fact that you do that paves the way for other people like Daniela to be able to be honest. If it's normalizing basically the fact that we're real people,
Yeah.
I outright I remind my clients that your suppliers are not just suppliers, they're real people with lives and problems and kids and emergencies and families, and and they're like what they're going through is just as important as what you're going through. And I choose to work with couples who recognize that and honor that. So that's really like you're serving everyone well by doing that, by being honest.
I hope so.
Yeah. Paula.
So how I worked it, because my husband used to be my videographer, and then he didn't like doing weddings. But when people met us together, everybody wanted us to do their wedding together. So I noticed when people connect with you, it's hard to after like present somebody else. So in order to detach my husband of the weddings, I am like the face because I do like to have that connection. But I start saying like we are a team. So they don't necessarily have a connection with the videographer. They don't know the videographer is my husband, because I noticed people wanted the husband and wife team. So I just stopped saying it was going to be my husband. And if at some point it can be my husband, and when I travel, for example, he does like those ones. The ones that we travel, he's like, yes, let's do those. So I just say we are a team, and I have a super capable team for videographers. And also I said the same. So my company is Amarina Productions, because you never know what can happen. And I'm in the point that I am not able to reject any weddings. So if I have booked for the same day to take like 2 weddings, so I tell them like I have an associate shooter and I'm gonna edit the photos myself. So on my end, sometimes I notice people say like, well, what if you can come? Because normally if I have like another wedding, then I tell them directly, you're going to have an associate shooter right away. But like, what if something happened to me? I always, in my contract says I will do anything possible. I cannot be held liable if I can find it. But at that point, they can, or even at the point that I know I'm sick or something happened to me and somebody else has to go, then I will always present them with the option. This is the person, let's have a meeting, whatever. And if you decide that you don't want to do this, then I will give you your money back and then you can decide if you want to go. And normally they will like the option that I give them because I'm going to be the one editing or whatever. So on my end, to detach my husband a lot, like to keep that off his shoulders, that it has to be him shooting. I just said that like we are a team and I have a team of amazing videographers, and it's not like one specifically that's gonna shoot you. It can be my husband, it can be Juan, it can be Pedro, it can be somebody else, but like there's somebody else gonna be there, and this is our portfolio and this is our style. And Paula, I'm gonna be following the steps. So the final product follow these exact like idea or like in portfolio style thing. So and he's now nobody like after it took like about a year or so while all the weddings that they were expecting him to go. And now if he goes, people is like, oh, I didn't know you were husband and wife. And they are excited like in the moment, but that takes like a lot of pressure.
I understand. Yeah. If Thomas doesn't come to a wedding, I also edit. Well, he also edits the video, do the every montage and everything on the video. So indeed, that's the same thing. It's inspiring. Thanks.
Wow, thank you. Look at all the conversation you've sparked, Maryam, today. Such, valuable stuff for everyone. So thank you, not just for showing up and being you and sharing everything you did personally, but for all that you brought even at the end now. It's wider conversation. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you a lot, Prit, for all this.